100 youths were turned back and cases of alcohol poisoning dropped sharply.
We only had one report of a medical emergency. To me, that's a great indicator that we're doing something right.
On the Mexico side, police are detaining students with false IDs and, when necessary, closing bars that serve under 18s.
Last night we closed one, and 4 days ago we closed another one.
Officials in Tijuana hope they can change its image as a freewheeling border town where anything goes.
What we have been always struggling for is for our good tourism to remain here and overnight.
Giving new life to the tourist trade isn't the only goal. The main aim is to protect the health of the young. Sam Whipple, BBC News.
And coming up, a new film not by Woody Allen, but about him. In a moment, our entertainment correspondent, Tom Brooke.
Hello, I'm Tom Brooke. To moviegoers around the world, Woody Allen represents a quintessential New York filmmaker. His pictures and his characters are well known. But what about the man himself? Very few people with any certainty really know what he's like. This weekend, a documentary is being released in American cinemas which purports to reveal the real Woody Allen and provide a glimpse into his private life.
The documentary follows Woody Allen and his New Orleans-style jazz band on a 3-week tour of Europe in the spring of 1996. The flight from America to Paris finds Woody in a private plane with an entourage that includes his then-fiancée, Soon Yi, his sister, and a dog that didn't belong to him.
Won't alter prevailing views on Woody Allen. To his detractors, it will merely provide proof that he's a self-involved, narcissistic nerd, while his admirers will no doubt walk away convinced that Woody is a wonderful, somewhat neurotic, but ultimately lovable New York Jewish sophisticate. With that, back to Brian in the studio.
That's all from USA Direct. I'm Brian Barron. We'll be back on Monday from New York again.
Hello, well, back on this day in history in 1985 it was quite unsettled and there were also some snow showers around, but I can guarantee you not we're going to see any snow showers during today or in fact for the next few days. We've had a weather front moving its way northwards, but it's bringing in some fairly mild air, and that mild air is set to stay with us. As you can see, the winds are coming from a southerly direction as we go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and even Thursday. The only sting in the tail is that these winds on this eastern side will swing their way around to come in from the North Sea, and that is a much cooler direction. Let's take a look at those temperature profiles. You can see the yellow colours coming up from France on those southerly winds there up into England and Wales during Tuesday and Wednesday. But then as the easterly winds set in, certainly Thursday and Friday will be that little bit cooler. Well, let's take a look at what's happening on Tuesday. You can see those southerly winds coming right the way up from Spain and Portugal, in fact, so we could see some pretty high temperatures as we go through because the weather fronts are going to be held at bay out there towards the west. It does mean that if you live in Western Britain, you stand the highest chance of seeing cloud and rain during this week, but the further east you go, it will stay dry with those weather fronts well and truly out towards the west. So let's take a look then for gardeners during the next couple of days. It's certainly going to be pretty good if you live in central and eastern parts. It's the busiest month of the year at the moment, but there's plenty of jobs to be doing, and at long last the cold, frosty weather seems to have left us well behind, certainly at least for this week. As far as this morning goes, rather misty and foggy for the rush hour in some places. Watch out for that, but then becoming drier and brighter for many. Bye for now.